So I did okay. I did okay, ladies and gentlemen. Final four of the college football playoff has been selected, and I got 3 of the 4 right. I picked this weeks ago, so congratulations to myself. Michigan, Washington, and I had Alabama. Yes. So that means I had Alabama beating Georgia. But this Final Four has come out for the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, and it is upon us. And we know Texas got in as well. And I had Florida State getting in because I thought Texas would slip up somewhere, either in the championship game or somewhere before the season ended. They didn't. They took care of business. So you've got 5 teams, right? 5, actually 6 if you add Georgia. You got 6 teams, but it's only 4 spots that was available. And a Florida State, unbeaten Florida State, I might add, is left on the outside looking in, right? Did the committee get it right? Did Florida State get played? Is this not fair? Is this crazy? It is all the above. You're absolutely right. I thought about this for a little bit, a good bit, on this Florida State situation. And Florida State has an excellent argument, right? They have an excellent argument because if Jordan Travis is still playing, there's no question that Florida State gets in, right? So they're absolutely right about that. But he's not. There's a difference, in Florida State. And the committee made a business decision. Now, I'm not surprised that they made this decision because they've made decisions. They've made business decisions. Listen to what I'm saying. Business decisions year after year after year after year. It's plain and simple. You're never going to leave an SEC team out of the playoffs. It's not good for business, right? So they had to choose between Georgia and Alabama. And you couldn't take Georgia because they just lost, right? So you had to put Alabama in. That left a spot for Florida State to be out of it. But they made a business decision. I don't like it. I don't like it at all because it doesn't go with the whole thing of competitive sports. This is not competitive sports when you're making these decisions. I do understand why they made the decision. Not necessarily in agreeing with it. You got a team in Florida. They won all their games. Yes, the last few games, it wasn't in the fashion that they wanted. But when we go back and when they make decisions, they talk about strength of schedule. They talk about, a team that you should have, beaten by 40, but you only beat them by 10. And that impacts. And this came back and this bit Florida State in the rear end, if you will. Now, going forward, I know they don't want to talk about going forward at this point because they feel robbed. And I totally understand that. But going forward, going into next year, there's going to be 12 teams, right? There's always going to be a team that we say, oh, they were left out. But the discussion as far as like these top tier teams, when it comes to 4, 5, and 6, these teams are going to get in. So you won't have this debate. We'll have some other type of debate or some other discussion, down the road. But Florida State got every right to be upset with what's going on. But I told people, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't take care of business with Alabama, they're going to get in. They are going to, at the end of the day, I had them beating Georgia. Auburn had their shot. They had them dead to rights. They didn't. Alabama took care of business. Alabama has gotten better over the season, right? And you couldn't get rid of Texas, or you couldn't leave out Texas because they beat Alabama and they won their championship. So, and Washington and Michigan, obviously, there was not going to get them out, leave them out. So, I'm sorry, Florida State. I'm sorry. I wish there was a better situation. I wish we were already in the 12 team. When they went to 4, I felt they should have started out with like 8 or something like that. Then we wouldn't have this situation. But lesson learned, life learned lesson here is that the NCAA, the selection committee, I should say, the selection committee made a business decision, right? And they said, we want to get this money. We don't want to have a situation where we're getting criticized for the matchup that we chose. So we're going to run with the money and not with the competitive spirit.